Hey everybody, I'm KK.
I'm Kristen.
Together we are
K&K Crochet.
And today we're going to start something new called Talk About It Tuesday. And I'm sure that we are not the only ones that have ever used that verbiage, but that's what we're calling this. And so Talk About It Tuesday is going to be a time when we come together to talk about common issues that crocheters may have, things that are going on in the crochet community. I'm not talking about drama, I'm talking about Joann's and all that stuff that went on, information that you all may have, crochet alongs, make alongs, whatever you're doing, okay? So that's what we're going to talk about. We're not going to talk about, drama. We're talking about the things that are going on that pertain to crocheting. So I thought we would come together and just talk about some things because sometimes it helps to talk it out and it gets your gears running and my gears running. And Kristen and I do this a lot, don't we? Mm-hmm. We talk with each other about what's going on and talk about what we want to do, and then we go, oh, let's try that. So today's question is it time to overhaul your craft organization? And I've seen a lot of people organizing their stuff. I've seen a lot of craft hauls. Kelly at Crochet Mom for Life reorganized her craft cart, and I enjoyed so much watching her do that. I don't know if I could actually organize. I don't have a cart, and I've got stuff everywhere, so I don't know that there's too much organization going on, but that's why we say, is it time to overhaul your craft organization? Is it time to rethink the way that you store your crafts, your yarn, or your crafting? And the main question is it time to get rid of yarn? Is it time for you to get rid of yarn? Probably. What do you consider the reason why you should get rid of yarn?
I haven't used it, and I don't have a plan for using it, and I've probably had it for like over a year.
That's what I was going to ask. What's your criteria? How long do you have to have yarn before you say, nope, somebody else can benefit from it? And is there something that keeps you from doing that? So we're going to talk about it a little bit, and I'm going to share what I think, and Kristen can say what she wants to about hers. And I think it's an honest question. How long is too long to have yarn in your yarn stash? Some people may say never. I think it depends on the yarn. And what do you do with it when you find it no longer brings you joy? So, how long is too long? For me, I'm looking at things that I have had in my stash for well over a year. That I probably don't like the yarn for some reason. I don't know what to make with the yarn. I've had it for over a year, and it's taking up a lot of space. In my life, anything that takes up space and doesn't bring me joy, I get rid of. That's just the way it is. The kids will tell you that I often do a trash run, as in I go through the house and trash things. Oftentimes things that they think I should not trash, not saying things that are valuable or that they think I should keep. It's just they think that I could sell it or give it, or whatever to. But here's the thing. When I get to the point where it needs to go now. And a lot of times that means to the trash. It's just the way it is. And sometimes it might be craft supplies. Probably not yarn. Sometimes it has been yarn, depending on what it is. So here's some criteria for me. Yarn that's been given to me by other people that maybe is not in the best condition. Most of the time that doesn't go into my stash. Most of the time I will find a way to donate that somewhere else to somebody who will use it. And when I say not in the best condition, sometimes I have been donated yarn and then I find that it was yarn that was donated to somebody else and then they passed it on to me and it may have gone through 3 or 4 crafters. And by the time I get it, it may have stains and stuff on it. It's going in the trash. I'm sorry. I'm not dealing with it. I don't have to. I'm not dealing with that. Yarn that has a smell that is difficult for me. I have a lot of difficulty with, I'm scent compromised. So a lot of scents cause me issues. If it smells like it's been around mothballs, it's going in the trash. I can't handle that. If it smells like it has been setting, and when you go to pick it up, it seems like it's dry rot, it's going in the trash, right? And I don't think anybody would disagree with any of that. Now, I don't know that I've ever had any of those really happen other than the fact I did get yarn one time that was passed down through several crafters, and it had stains in it, and I threw it away because because I'm not going to cut that out and work around it. I'm not. I'm sorry. We have too much yarn to do that. And if it's a stain, that's my problem is if it's a stain I can see, there are probably 10 that I can't see because of my vision. So I'm not going to take that chance and make something for somebody and donate it. No. So the other thing is, if it's yarn that I'm not going to use, do you have a reason why you're not getting rid of it? Are you sentimentally attached to it? Maybe it's your favorite color. Maybe it was given to you by somebody you really like. Maybe it was given to you by somebody and you just don't want to hurt their feelings. How long do you keep it in your stash before you get rid of it if it was given to you and you know you're not going to use it? What do you think?
I mean, I have yarn that was probably given to me 2 years ago, and I kept it for similar reasons. And I probably need to go through, I'd probably say about a year. I feel like if I haven't done something within a year, it's time to get rid of it.
I feel like if you haven't done something with it within a year, you either need to figure out a plan for it and plan to make something with that in the next few months, or you need to donate it to somebody who has a plan for it and will use it for good, right? I just think, and I only say this because I realize there are people who would love to have any kind of yarn because they have a hard time finding yarn. And so therefore, like nursing homes and places like that, I will donate my yarn, or I'll donate it to other friends I know who don't have a lot of yarn who will use it, right? At least then it's still getting a life, and I'm not letting it set, because it does, I think, have a shelf life. After so long, it's no longer going to be the same kind of yarn it was in the beginning, especially after you move it and transport it, depending on what kind of yarn it is. Eventually you're going to wear it out. It's going to be if you're touching it all the time and moving it and storing it, maybe the storage conditions aren't that great, it's not going to be in the best shape. So I think there is a time limit. Whatever yours is, let us know what it is down below. So I think that in the long run, I'm thinking about this because I know I have yarn. That somebody, a friend of mine, put online, and it was just like 1 or 2 rolls of it. But I really thought, oh, cool, I love that color. And then when I went and got it, it was like a novelty yarn, and I knew that before I went. And now I look at it and go, oh. But I promised her I was going to use it for something. I really need to use it for something. I really need not to let it sit. And I really don't feel like I can give it away because I promised her I would use it for something. So what do you think? Do you have yarns in your stash like that? Do you have yarns that somebody gave you really need to use it, but you don't know what to do with it? Maybe it's an oddball like I'm talking about, that's a novelty yarn. What can we do with it? And how long should we keep it if we know we may not ever use it? I am determined this year that I am not going to let yarn set due to sentimental reasons like that, or due to feeling like I should use it. If I can give it to somebody else and it brings joy, then I think that's the same thing. What do you think?
I agree with that. I mean, I don't know. I have yarn that I haven't touched. And like some of them have plans, but I've never done them. So I just need to go through and find a new plan or give them something to work with them.
Make a list. And I need to do that too. So I plan to do that over the next couple of months. I plan to go through my yarn. My children will probably roll their eyes when I say that, because that's a family event. I plan to go through the yarn, and I plan to figure out what I'm going to do with some things, make some plans, make some lists, and anything that I'm not going to use, I plan to donate, or I plan to use for donations. That's another thing you can do, is make something for someone else. So that's what I plan to do with the things that I have in my stash that I know need to be used. Stop making those lists in my head, put them on paper so I hold myself accountable. And it may not get used this year, but at least I will use something. So that's our Talk About It Tuesday this week. Let us know down below what you think about Talk About It Tuesday. And if you have suggestions for things you want to talk about, let us know and we will. And let us know what your criteria is. When is too long for yarn? How long is too long for yarn to stay in your stash? Do you have a sentimental tie to certain yarns? And what do you do about it if you don't know what to use the yarn for? And what is your goal for your organization this year? That's all we have for today. Don't forget to be kind, because
you don't know anybody else's journey.
Bye.
Bye, guys.